Warning. Hashtag DDPLive is for an adult audience. Hashtag DDPLive may contain material that may be unsuitable for sensitive ears. If you are easily offended, run to your panic room now. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Thank you. Please come again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
It is the DDP Live here in the Longbox.FM studios. This is Dowdy, and we've been away for a minute, but I wanted to pop in today. I've been sick the last couple of days, and I've been scrolling around on social media, and something caught my eye today, and I really wanted to talk about it. It involves two locals. It starts off, it's a story, a lot of allegations going about. A Miss Walker posted something about her interactions with a guy named Stephen Peterson. Apparently, she got gas from him, and somehow during this interaction, he ended up with her email address. Now, the following is the email that was passed around social media today. A little not safe for work, bad language, but as posted, "Hey, this is Steve. I helped you out with some gas earlier. I know this is blatantly straightforward, but I thought you were banging hot, and if you come over and fuck me and let me come on your face, I'll give you $300. I know I looked gross earlier, but I've been working since 6 this morning, and I have a big dick and smell hella good, and would be cleaned up nicely if you were to agree. Don't judge me, I just like to fuck." With his phone number. And a picture, of course. Now, as this started spreading around the interwebs, of course, a response from somebody who had called him, he blamed his ex-girlfriend, saying that she had been the one to post this or to send this to her email. And, of course, if you listen to my show long enough, you know that it's amazing how easy ex-girlfriends get thrown into the mix, or girlfriends, for that matter, to blame your transgressions. Anyways, I reached out, I called him, and we also had some back-and-forth texts. Yeah, I was calling because I've been seeing a story going around on the social networks.
Yeah, no, you talked to my attorney. I have no information to give you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I'm a victim of and I filed a report with the police department. So.
You were a victim of what?
A victim of harassment. I had to get off the phone now. I have a call on the other line.
As you hear there, basically, he is the victim. Of course, as he tells it, he's saying he's a victim of harassment. And of course, in the Me Too Time's Up movements that we're in right now, this is one of the things that we talked about in the past show, where it's possible someone could have a vendetta, whether it's an ex-girlfriend or maybe the person who threw this out initially. But still, seeing the message coming through, dude, my opinion on this, there are plenty of ways to do this. You send that message on Tinder. That's a place where people are looking for. Or sign up for an account on Pornhub or Xvideos or all these other sites where you can go to a group of people who are in for this. But when you're sending an email to somebody, they didn't ask for it. They didn't sign up. They didn't show up at this club for people looking to bang. You are now reaching out and being creepy. That's a disgusting way of going about it. You understand why women are up in arms over guys and how they treat people, and why guys are getting pissed off for always being labeled as that aggressive asshole. It's because of guys like you. If this is true, you know, everything allegedly here. I hate that word, but we got to throw that out now. Anyways, after following all of this, I kept paying attention to what was going on. There was a lot more women who apparently had interactions with this guy, and they started posting their messages. Apparently, he's been on Craigslist asking women that they can move in with him, basically to, you know, a really cheap rate as long as they bang him a lot. Now, a guy who's 28, he doesn't look like he's a horrible looking dude. I mean, he posts his picture everywhere. But even further down that rabbit hole, he's got a father, a judge father, named Dennis Peterson, who's coming up on his term in 2019. Now, what worries me in a case like this, a guy is 28 and behaving and acting this way, lives in a house that apparently is owned by his father, so you can only imagine potentially or how that setup is. Is his dad someone who's helped get him, pulled some strings, helped get him out of trouble in the past? Because a normal 28-year-old doesn't behave like this, doesn't talk like this, has grown out of this. This is something that maybe a really bold 17 or 21-year-old frat house guy would do. But no. And the big question here, and I'm sure Steven and his father Dennis are talking about it tonight, this puts some doubt possibly into his father's entire career, because the way everything is now politically, the way the media responds to stuff, now you have to look back at all the judgments that his father's put down. Has he been lenient on past people? Are we talking about that college rapist guy who raped a girl and got away with 6 months and then ended up out in 12 minutes? Is this going to be the same type of situation? Has this been ongoing? We don't know. But in a situation like this where it's all allegations, thoughts tend to fly. Now, one more thing before I finish this whole thing up. Something else popped in, something that makes us feel like some kind of CIS episode or CSI episode. Back in September of 2017, there was a rape at Fresno City College. Now, we do know that this guy, Steven Peterson, lives close to Fresno City College. There was a sketch artist that put out an image of the original rapist. And then someone on the internet, because the internet does what the internet does, did a cross-section showing. And it's remarkably close. Now, this is no proof that anything actually happened. He's not the rapist. But if it does come out, and I know that there are apparently a few news organizations, the Fresno Police Department, and others are all in on this right now, that if it does come out that he was, in fact, that guy, man, this is one of the greatest stories of the Time's Up movement, where a community comes together, everybody shares their experiences, because Fresno, while being so big, is also very small at the same time, and this guy, I hope he gets his due. If he's innocent, then it sucks that he went through all this. My conversation with him earlier, you could tell this is a guy who's angry, but he never said anything to defend himself in a strong enough way. As a guy who's been accused of things, I know that I have fought back immediately. I got a lawyer. He was talking about his attorney, but as you saw in the messages earlier, he never gave me a name. Believe me, when you're in that scenario, you're throwing your lawyer everywhere and everywhere you can, because you know you're innocent. This guy sounds like a guy who's waiting for daddy to come home to help him figure out how to get out of this, what strings to pull. Now, that's just my opinion on it. This is all allegations. Don't know what's going on, but the news the next few days are going to be interesting. And follow ABC 30, because I think they're on this one right now. And I hope if this is true, I hope this guy gets what he deserves. Not necessarily the rape thing, we'll see if that's actually him, but just being a creepy dude. Maybe this is his wake-up moment to realize, hey, everyone knows your face now, everybody knows your name, and daddy's gonna be pissed off when he comes home. Just in general, guys, all guys, anyone paying attention to this, don't be an asshole. Don't be that guy. You want to get some of the stuff that he was asking for in his email? Go to the proper sites. Again, Tinder. Go to the YouPorn, the YouTube. Not YouTube. Go to the proper sites where people are all in there looking for the same thing anyways. And still, even that, try not to be creepy. That's just creepy. Don't do that. And that is it for me tonight. This is Dowdy. Thank you for being around for this, and we'll see what happens in the future. Word. You've been watching hashtag DDPLive on Longbox.FM. The opinions expressed on hashtag DDPLive aren't necessarily those of staff, management, or sponsors of Longbox.FM. If you have been offended in any way during this presentation, you should have turned it off long ago. Hashtag DDPLive is a presentation of Longbox.FM.